Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I know we have people from all over the world joining us today, so welcome from wherever you are. My name is Janelle Springer. I'm the general manager here in Calgary, and joining me today is Pavel Dorofeev, and he's also in Calgary, and he's our technical team lead. And he's going to be he's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that the Geosteering World Cup 2024 is a huge success. So we're very excited that you were able to join us today. We're going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to win and just sort of what to expect this year as we have the event coming up in about a month. Pavel, anything that I missed there before we get going?
No, all good.
Okay, so I'd like to start by giving a big thank you to our sponsors this year. We have two sponsors, Edge Systems and Amazon Web Services. Both great companies, and we're very grateful for their support this year. For our silver sponsors, Mojo Geological Consulting and Columbine Corporation, both in the States, and then Beloy Consulting, Cabra Consulting, and Chinook Consulting out of Calgary. So thank you all very much for your support. We're very excited to have you on board this year. All right, so what is the Geosteering World Cup? For many of you, maybe this will be your first year, but I'm sure for many of you also, you are returning competitors. And so for those of you that have done this before, you know what an exciting event this is. It is, I think, in my opinion, the best event of the year. In the geoscience world, it is so much fun because we really do have competitors from around the world, literally around the world. And to bring everyone together on one platform at one time so that everyone can show off their skills and compete together is just a really exciting moment. And we're glad that you have registered. So, of course, if you aren't familiar with it, it is a worldwide championship that brings geosteers from around the world to challenge their abilities geosteering for the ultimate reward, which we will get to. Just a quick look back on who has previously won it. This photo here is of last year's winner, Philip, hoping that he'll be competing again this year. And then 2022 we had Karma, followed by Sean Palmer, Anton, Othman, and then the very first year, 2018, it was actually a in-person event in Houston, and it was a team event, so Team Pineapple won that one. So very excited, maybe it'll be your name up here this year. We'll see. And I know we have at least a couple of those competitors signed up for this year again.
For sure.
Sorry, Pavel. Yeah. All right. So when is it? I'm sure you probably already know because you've probably already signed up. It's September the 17th, starting at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. I know this is tricky because it's a global competition. For some of you, that is a really awkward time of day. I hope that does not stop you from competing. I know Philip last year, I believe it was like 2 o'clock in the morning for him. I may have just made that up slightly, but it was definitely not at 10 in the morning. So hopefully, regardless of where you are still able to compete. So registration closes on the 12th. You can register either by scanning the QR code here on your screen or just going to our website. We have the form there as well. As I already mentioned, all 4 regions will compete simultaneously. Okay, and then, so that leads us to our next question. What are the 4 regions? What region will you be competing in? So the 4 regions are defined here on the map. So we have North America, which of course will be Canada, the US, and Mexico. And then South America, we have a lot of competitors in that region. Then we have Middle East, Asia, Oceania, and Africa, which I know they are the ones definitely in the rougher time zone, but please don't let that hold you back from registering. And then the 4th one is Europe and Eurasia. All right, so you will be in one of those 4 categories or 4 regions. Okay, and then the exciting part, of course. What are the prizes? I'm going to start with the big one, and that is eternal fame. To be able to say that you placed even in the top 10, even in the top 25 is very exciting. It's a big deal. But to be able to say that you won the championship is something that you can have on your resume forever, for sure. The top 10 competitors, though, will receive a certificate of achievement with their name on it, stating that they were in the top 10. The top 3 in particular will receive a certificate personalized with their rank. The region champions, so those are, if you win for one of those 4 regions, you'll get a GoPro package and a certificate. And then, of course, the Grand Geosteering World Cup champion, you will get a very special one-of-a-kind trophy, as well as a gift package, which we're going to talk about in a second, and the Eternal Fame that we were talking about. The champion will, unless otherwise requested, have their name and photo publicized by ROGII as the 2024 Geosteering World Champion. And then the last thing before I talk about the package there, we will have an Instagram filter. If you use it and tag ROGII, there you will get a chance to win some ROGII swag. We had a winner here in Calgary last year. Austin won that, so if you want to do that, please feel free to do so. Now, Pavel, would you like to explain the poll that you're about to pop up on the screen for everyone?
Yes. So you see this package as one of the prizes for the Geosteering World Champion. So we have a poll for you so you can decide, or at least vote for now, which the package or the trophy you prefer. So I'm going to launch this poll right now.
Looks like it's winning.
It should look like this. Let me just move my.
It popped up on
Teams
my
here.
screen.
Yes, so you should be able to
Hopefully
see
it
this kind of
does, yeah.
poll. Yeah. You see it, you select one of those prizes you would like to have if you win this championship, and just click submit.
Yeah, so up for grabs there, or for the options we have for the grand prize this year is a fancy camera, a drone, a VR headset, or a very nice dash cam. So what do you think that we should offer as our grand prize this year? Hopefully that works for you. Hopefully that poll works. We haven't actually tried the poll option before.
We have 4 responses now, which is good. So yeah, please feel free to. I believe it should work in web version too. Let me just check the chats if we're missing something. No, I think, yeah, you can see it in chat also, meeting chats. Okay. For now, it's like, it's even right now. It's like 2 for Sony camera, for the drone, and 2 for the VR headset. Yeah, please feel free to vote for the one of the prizes during this meeting.
Oh no, Jeff didn't get the poll. Jeff, we think that it might be in the chat. Okay, we'll give you guys another 30 seconds there. Hopefully it shows up. Let us know if it's not showing up in the chat. I don't know what we'll do about it if it's not showing up in the chat, but
that's a good question. Okay, let me just create one more thing. Super fast. Form. No, forms, they don't work anymore.
Okay. Jeff, if you guys didn't get the poll, you can let us know and we'll manually add your vote. So before we move on, to reiterate, the options were a fancy Sony camera, a drone, a VR headset, or a dash cam.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, let's keep moving on there while people are dreaming about what prizes they could win. And Pavel, I think this is where I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can get into the more technical details.
Yeah, thank you, Janelle. So as what was like last year, you will have as a competitor to drill 2 wells during the World Championship, the conventional and unconventional wells. Each well will take roughly 45 minutes. It depends on how fast you're going to drill the well. And for each well, you have different tools. I don't want to go into details about what tools, what geological formations, all that stuff. We're going to talk about it in detail, probably 1 week before the event itself. It will be another webinar called Pre-Spuds webinar. This is where we're going to cover all the geological information about the logs, everything for each well for the championship. But so what are the key factors? Like how are you gonna win this amazing and nice trophy on the right side on the slide? So basically, the main idea is to stay in the target formation as much as you can. Uh, it means to increase your in-zone percentage for your well, and also inside these target formation, you will have ROP sweet spot. So try to stay in this sweet spot for your faster drilling, plus stay in the formation. So there are two key factors which will determine your final score. Also, try to minimize the sliding. So basically, try to make smaller changes to your well. So if you reach some kind of limit of your DLS, like the dogleg severity, so you changing the inclination of your well super fast, it will decrease the ROP. Therefore, it will decrease your overall score. So try make your well as smooth as possible.
So Pavel, I'll jump in and ask here, how do the competitors know what their ROP is and that they're in that sweet spot?
So I'll show the demonstration of the trainer, and you will see the ROP in your zone from your target from your type well. So therefore, you will see which part of your formation will have the sweet spot. Maybe it's closer to the top, maybe it's closer to the bottom. You will see it based on your type wells. I will show it in the star steer in a moment.
Great.
So what do you actually need to compete in Geosteering World Cup? Of course, you need your PC or laptop with the internet connection because everything will be streamed online. So you will receive data online. You will see your score online. So of course, you need to have reliable internet connection. Starsteer. Yesterday, I sent out many emails with access with links to Starsteer, with activation codes, with credentials, how to access data. So yeah, you will need. We're going to provide you Starsteer, everything you need to compete in this event. Of course, skills. The better you know how to geosteer the wells, the better, obviously. And for this particular reason, we're gonna launch the trainer. It's special, basically the similar thing you're gonna experience during the World Championship, but for an entire month, you can practice doing this kind of specific workflow for the Geosteering World Cup. I will show how it works exactly in a second. So for the trainer, actually, a couple of things before I actually show it in the Starsteer. When you open the Starsteer, you will see a bunch of objects, wells, grids, well plans, so on and so forth. Please do not delete or do not add anything new. I mean, do not create new target lines, do not create new well plans, do not create new interpretation, because all the calculations for your in-zone percentage, we're going to plan your well is based on what you have in the project. So yeah, just use what you have in the project. Of course, you can modify everything basically. By everything, I mean interpretation, your target line. That's it. By everything, I mean target line and interpretation. And yeah, let's get familiar with the target line tool. So in the email I sent out yesterday, you have credentials and a link to the Starsteer. So let me show you how it's going to work for you. So once you launch the Starsteer, please use the activation code from the email, and it will actually look like this. You open the Starsteer for the first time after you type the not type. Please copy and paste everything from the email. Don't try to type the password, especially. There are many special symbols, different quotes, different lines, different dashes. So just copy and paste credentials, activations codes from the email to the Starsteer. So when you open the Starsteer for the first time, you'll see basically nothing here, empty project. What you need to do is to go to Data tab, click on the server, and you will see that that new window. Here you need to change something. Specifically for the World Cup, you need to change the server to worldcup.solo.cloud. Everything is in your email. Just want to reiterate these things so you don't get lost with all the buttons and windows. Then you type and copy and paste your login and password, click connect, and you'll see, for now, you'll see only one project available to you. It's trainer and plus your player number from your email or to the access. You double click on a project or click on a project and click open, and you'll see something like that. Everyone will see some different things because we're streaming data right now live for entire day. So maybe you'll see a bit different longer wells or shorter wells. Probably what you want to do first is to go to the Python tab and click try again. So start your trainer from the very beginning. That's the first step you need to do. And then here's how it's gonna work during the World Cup and how it's gonna work for the trainer for the entire month for the event. You have your target line. Here's your target line 1. For the landing part of your well, the limitation for your DLS is 16. So you change the DLS for target line to 16 before the landing. And you decide where to land the well, or you're just basically trying to find where is the target formation, where is the sweet spot. Actually, there's extra horizons for the sweet spot for the trainer. For the actual geosteering, oops, you can see the server push the data. It pushes the data every 2 minutes, by the way. So what you can do right now is go ahead, switch to the geosteering mode, and start doing the geosteering process. For example, by matching your gamma ray from your lateral well with the gamma ray from your type well. So let me just grab it. Okay, I definitely need to add extra segment here. So do like something like that. Add new segment here. Here. Okay, we're somewhere here. Okay, looks good. Actually, we landed pretty nicely. Well, because I put the target line properly in the beginning before the webinar. But anyway, so now I've interpreted and changed my interpretation. Now I kind of can predict where are my sweet spot, where is my target formation. So I can change my target line. So let me just right click on my target line, edit target line, and place it in the correct spot. So maybe go a bit deeper to be in the middle of my sweet spot. At the top of the screen, you'll see your gamma ray, you'll see the ROP. It's kind of low right now, but I hope once we reach this sweet spot, my ROP will become bigger and bigger. So let's just wait for a couple of seconds, I believe so, at this point, and the server will push about 300 feet of your well following your planned projection. Once you landed your well, please go to your target line, format here, and change the DLS to 5. And the reason for that is, well, you have different limitations for DLS before the landing and after the landing in the real world. And this is how this simulator on the back end of this process will treat the well. So even if you decided to change the DLS limitation to 16 or something like that, during the push of the data, the simulator will limit your well to 5 DLS. So in order to avoid some kind of discrepancies, you planned with 16 DLS, but the result is kind of weird, more smooth result. This is because simulator on the back end will limit your well to 5 DLS after you landed it, regardless of what you set here. So we recommend to set 5 DLS here just so you can see match between what you planned with what you actually get after the data push. So as you can see, my well was extended by 300 feet. And actually, yeah, my ROP is higher right now because I entered my sweet spot. I probably can. I don't have ROP. We don't have ROP for type well in this project, but like teaser, during the World Cup, you will see the type well ROPs also on your right side. So it'll be kind of a bit easier to see the. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe change a bit my interpretation. Okay, so I'll go back to my geosteering mode. Okay, looks good. Okay, I definitely need to go deeper to be inside my sweet spot. So let me just change my target line again and plan my well something like that. Something like that. Maybe not that extreme. So yeah, this is the main workflow. You change interpretation to match the gamma rays, you plan ahead with your target line and wait for 2 minutes for data to be pushed. Oh, amazing. I reached the sweet spot with ROP. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, this is it. Once you reach the TD, it's somewhere here. Not somewhere, it's actually here. Once you reach TD, you will get couple of things. First of all, you'll see new interpretation added to your trainer well. It will be called answer underscore some random number. It's basically what was the actual model you drilled, like the actual geological model you drilled through. So you can find and compare your interpretation with the correct interpretation, with the original geology. Plus, you'll see the comment called GWC comment or something like that. It's like small comment at the TD of your well with your score, in zone percentage, average ROP, and final score. You will see this result for 2 minutes, and after the next push, the simulator will cut your well back to the prior to the landing, and you'll have another opportunity to drill the well. And the good thing is there are 3 different models which will basically go in sequence. Every time you drill, every time you finish one model, you will start with another model after the cut of the well, so that you will have multiple opportunities to practice with this planning, changing interpretation, planning with target line, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the basic overview and how it's going to look like during the GWC. It's pretty much the same. Different geology, different things, maybe some extra stuff like seismic, maybe even inversion we'll see. But yeah, the workflow is something like that. Change interpretation, plan ahead with your target line, wait for the data to be pushed. Don't forget to change your DLS of your target line to 5 after the landing. And yeah, and please try to stay in the sweet spot of ROP and in your target formation. Okay, do we have any questions?
None yet. Yeah, any questions for Pavel?
If you don't have access to, if you just get some, yes. We can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, thank you. Yeah. I have a question regarding the acquisition data. The data is only gamma ray ROP resistivity image, right? Is there any data can be acquisition?
You mean for the trainer or for the
density?
So for the trainer,
GWC.
For GWC, we'll have some extra data. Yeah. So, well, I can tell you for sure what data we will use for the GWC, because we're still preparing these models, fine-tuning them for the event itself. But gamma ray for sure, ROP 100%, maybe resistivity and azimuthal logs.
So is there any neutron or density data?
We didn't plan to run these kind of models.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you. And sorry, one more question. The data is automatically accumulated in 2 minutes, every 2 minutes. So In 2 minutes, how many feet can be drilled?
So every 2 minutes, you will receive 300 feet of your data.
100 feet. Okay, okay.
Yes.
I see.
We made it a bit faster than it was last year, because last year for one training well, it took like 1.5 hours. I think it's just too long to complete one well. So we just increased the data pushed to 300 feet per 2 minutes. So it will make you well to be drilled like in 30 minutes-ish, depending on your changes in ROP and your trajectory itself.
Okay, thank you.
If it's
That's it.
yeah, if it's too fast or too slow, please let us know. We can fine tune these things during the trainer. No problem with that. All right. Yeah, what tools and what logs, what you're gonna have, we'll talk about this in detail like 1 week before the event. You will see the geological information. We'll send you PDF with the geological information, everything about the wells for the World Cup.
Any other questions? Pavel, while we're waiting to see if there are any more questions, do you know approximately how many people we have registered at this time?
It's around 230.
Awesome, excellent. So we still have close to a month left to register. So if any of your colleagues are talking about it and haven't, please get them to register. The more the merrier, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'll see the scores live. You'll see how people drill during the event. We have interesting hosts and co-hosts during the event. Interesting stuff to show you. Yeah, a lot of interesting and fun stuff during the event.
It's always a fun live stream. Pavel, we did end up getting another question here from Carl. Carl's wondering if it's just steering inclination based or if there's also an azimuthal component as well.
No, that's only inclination based. Yeah, you'll have basically like straight line. If you just open the map view, you'll see the well is just straight to some direction. No changes in azimuthal, no. Not yet. Maybe we'll just include the azimuthal changes maybe for the next one.
Make it extra tricky.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're at the end of our meeting. If you think of anything or as you start using the trainer, if any questions come up, please feel free to reach out to the support line. I know many of you are familiar with it, but just in case you're not, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. It's just support@rogii.com. And someone will be able to help you out and answer any questions. I know we did mention this in the email, and I think Pavel mentioned it. Unfortunately, we can't train you individually on Starsteer, but we do have a lot of great YouTube videos that you can watch, just a lot of different options. If you are needing to learn Starsteer, please reach out to us for that, and we can point you in the right direction. But please do practice with the trainer, because that is the #1 feedback that we get, is that folks, even if they're very familiar with Starsteer, this does feel a little bit different because you have to figure out how to move the target line and such. And if you haven't used that yet, the first couple minutes, the first 5 to 10 minutes of the actual competition, you might spend trying to learn how to use it. And then the feedback we get is that they lost a lot of ground during that time. So definitely try out the trainer and see how it works.
Yeah, thank you, Janelle. Absolutely. Okay. That's actually perfect practice to make it perfect.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining us today, and thank you for registering for the big event. We're looking forward to seeing you in about just over a month's time.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you.